Greetings and welcome to Office Hours with Dr. G. I'm your host, Dr. G, and I'm so glad you could keep our appointment. Tonight's guest actually needs no introduction. This is her third time on Office Hours with Dr. G, and she has endeared herself to so many of you. But for the sake of those who don't know her, Mother Khai holds the greatest title in the omniverse. She is a Ma Cosmosan. In utilizing her natural gifts and talents, she does all things according to nature. Mother Khai has been given many character roles to play on the stage and does not identify them or place self in a box. She role plays, allowing others the right to call her as they think they see her. Some see her as an iridologist. Still others see her as a numerologist, nutritionist, inspirational speaker, teacher, student, author, designer, or politician. And the list may grow. As Mother Khai says, she does not divide, she adds up. Many know about the Matrix, but once again, we want you to get your pen and paper ready as Mother Khai and I delve into the numerological code that she calls the Patrix. And tonight, we're going to deal with the Patrix, real, loaded, and reloaded. So, without further ado, I'd like to welcome to Office Hours with Dr. G, Mother Khai. How are you, sister?
You know, I want to hear that song.
I don't know if you can hear it. It seems to be a little bit low, but I hope you can hear it.
I said, yes, I'm ready for the song, though. But I want the song for you know what? The one you play for Taj.
Oh, you want the reawakening mind side.
Oh yes, because we're about to reawaken some minds here.
Do you really want to hear that song?
Yes.
This is Reawakening Minds platform, but this is Office Hours with Dr. G. But for you, Mother Khai, since you love to hear my daughter, who you thought was me, singing the theme song that she wrote for House of Reawakening Minds, for you.
Because I walk around the house singing it. So let's go.
And deeper I go. I find what it is I should know. This just a matter of time. You'll reawaken your mind. Oh, come with me. Come to know and find out what is true. Just you. No more living a lie. I can look to the sky and say, I'm reawakening mine. Come to know and find out what is truth, yes. That you know what's in store just for you. No more living a lie. I can look to the sky and say, I'm reawakening mine.
That's my song. I can't wait for the rest of the lyrics. And you see, I can look to the sky. You see, woo! I love that. It's like a hook. I found myself walking around the house singing that song. No more living a lie. See, no more living a lie. I can look to the sky. See, reawakening minds. And some are already awakened. And that song right there should be in every household. I will it. I will it.
Well,
I don't wish it. I will it.
All right. I know these songs are catchy, and that particular song, I said to Maisha about 6 years ago, I need a song for the House of Reawakening Minds, and I think within a day or so, she called me. She said, "Mom, I got something," and she sang it to me over the phone. And actually, she sang it and recorded it on the phone, sent that to me. And actually, I'm playing just what she did in the raw when she wrote it 6 years ago. So we've never expanded it any further, but it, because it was always just a little, it was a hook.
Yes, it's a hook. You see, and that's the word, hook. We get hooked, see, on so many things, right? We can get hooked on the right, or we can get hooked on the left, or the wrong. Because the left is the wrong and the right. See? So we got it all messed up. But guess what? Watch this. We can say, we can't say the word virus, right? But I could say, the weather. No, here we go. The virus is frightening, but you are so delightful.
Delightning. We'll make it
So since we got no place to go, let us grow, let us grow, let us grow.
And that's what I'm sure you're going to help us do tonight. The Patrix, we've been here before. Real, you call it the Patrix, real, loaded, and reloaded. But I know that today has a very solemn, significant, solemn and happy, but solemn in the sense that you'll explain day for you. And if you could tell us about today and why.
Give me the closer, I think.
Yeah, today is such an important day for you. I feel you were kind of summoned.
Oh, yes. Yes, because once again, to those who are viewing, my sister and I are so in sync, and we have vibrations that are similar, the 3 and the 11. So we are on the same channel. So it's just so happened that we happen again. Yesterday, it was, you coming on? And I'm like, yeah, I'm coming on. Yes. And I know that it was my son who I was teaching about energy before he transcended 2 years ago when he was killed at Temple University area in Philadelphia. And I did this poster for him. Yemen Yah.
All this energy. Yeah,
Thy will be done. And this, if you can see, this is a picture that he took while traveling on a bicycle from the Carolinas all the way to Arizona on just a bicycle with a little baby carrier attached to the back with a few food items, because he wanted to see how much people would be nice along the way, that he didn't need nothing. My son loved children, and he wanted to do children's videos and make the world a better place. And he always was helping women with children. And so while he was actually traveling, this is one of the places he stopped because he loved water. And he stopped at this fall. And so when his transition happened, I took that picture and I put, "Thy will be done," because he was my videographer, actually. I wouldn't be struggling so much if he was still here, because every single time I've said something, he had his phone and camera. He called me Waladati. He'd say, "Waladati, you about to say something smart. Hold on. Let me catch it. And so even on his laptop, he was putting together a documentary for me. And when this happened, the carjacking, the computer, not to be found, with all of the things that he was doing as a documentary for me too. And when you go to SAS TV, SAS TV, you will see some of the things that was hilarious that he was doing, because he lived a life of bravery and he wasn't afraid to live. Just the fact that when he traveled, he got caught in storms, just riding a bicycle from the Carolinas all the way to Arizona to see who would be nice. He dressed up as a blue man, even like the blue men. You might have heard the 3 blue men, and they dress up and they do a lot of Broadway shows. Well, to show that life is blue, is not only black and white.
Mhm.
Well, my son also dressed up that, and he did a video on that too. And he wanted to see who could even help the homeless. So he was a humanitarian 100%. And the funny thing is that when he was traveling, he said that he found some people were very helpful. But one person in particular was very helpful. Jabril, I'm here and he's here with us. All is energy. I taught him about that. And he would call me and he would ask me about the female's energy. What kind of energy you think she got? And so he ended up on the Hopi Reservation. And there at the Hopi Reservation in Arizona, there was a young lady who was real nice. Real nice. You hear me talking? Real nice. And he left her daughter here because she was real nice. She gave him more than food to eat. And so he's left a son and he has a daughter here. And he's here because today is 7/20. And when you said you want to come on the show, and I'm thinking I was already preparing for this day to celebrate him. I was making all his favorite foods because he loved my food. And so I said, I'm going to do that. And the strangest thing too is that when the cremation happened, there was only supposed to be 2 people there. I mean, 1 really, because after the service, you know, let me just back up a minute here. The interesting thing about what happened to my son after the carjacking is that he was still alive. He was not gone. But because I need to say this so that others will know and learn from it, because I'm listening to him talk right now. He said, say this, Waladati. If you have donor on your driver's license and you don't want to be a donor, take it off, because he didn't know when he was young. He was still under 29. And he left donor on his driver's license. So as he was in such a bad way, they looked to see his driver's license and get his identity, but they saw a donor on it. So they took his organs while he was still alive and fighting for his life. And how do I know? It's simply because when we got the call that he was in the hospital and something had happened, when going to the hospital, his body was not there. Now that's the truth. Because if you're getting called about your loved one in a car accident, you would think that the hospital would have the body there and you would be looking at the body. But no, that was not the case. See, so for days we didn't get a chance to see his body. And when we did get a chance to see it, I touched his body and I knew what they had done. And the person who did the carjacking, they didn't find him. So I began to go into the spirit world. And as I went into the spirit world, I heard, I didn't expect to be here and I'm messed up. And then I went to another woman and she confirmed that my mother was there assisting him. But he was messed up. Why so messed up? Because his organs was taken out and he said he felt it all. So during this time, the cremation, I said I was going to that because he would follow the body. But initially they stated that, you know, everybody who went to the service, if they want to come to the cremation, they could. But when I arrived, I understood that it was only 1 person could come. So his father said, well, it was 1 person could come, but I was there already. And the crematory had not warmed up. You know, it has to be very, very hot, of some thousands of degrees. So by the time that the man got there, he says, 2 of you can come in. So when he said 2 of you can come in, I knew it was my son again because he was born on the 20th. And as they began to warm it up and I touched his body and I knew what had happened, they said, well, it's going to take a while because he's older and, you know, this and that. So you can leave if you want. No. By the time that the cremation was done, it was 7:20 in the night. 7:20 again, his birthday. Now, I told him all about these numbers. And when we left, a car dashed in front of me with all 2s in it. And also, when it was time to get the ashes and remains, the man came out, and I skipped over that to say that he asked his father, do you want it all in one? And his father said yes. And I said, and this is going to be on record, he never heard me say this, so it's going to be on tape. I said, you're selfish. I said, you're selfish. And so when the man went back inside, he said, I can't put it all in one, I must put it all in 2. And handed him 2 boxes of ashes. So I know, once again, is Jabril talking to me? Because I told him that all is energy and that we don't die. And that we are always going to be here. And so he's playing with me to let me know that it's true. And I heard from the woman, she said that he said to tell me I was so helpful because of the things that I taught him. He's playing. He was hurt, but now he's playing, and it takes a year, no matter what happens to us, to get acclimated to the spirit world because we get so accustomed to the body. So when you said to me, you want to be on the show, you got something to talk about? I said, boy, you at it again, just like that. So, you know, all I can say is that his name is Ako Jabril Dumasani, and it equals 11. Now, you know, you are 317, which is 3 and 8, which is 11. So he was on your channel, and you heard him. See? So when we start breaking down some numbers today, I didn't want to take up all this time, but I had to, because see, all is energy. And he loved the water, and that is Yemenya. And Yemenya is also Nana Baruku, but in the day. Nana Baruku is in the night, watching over the women and children. See? And so she split herself into 2 because her husband, Obatala, didn't pay her any attention. So she became Nana Baruku, watching over the children and women at night, and Yemenya is in the day. And most people know Yemenya, they don't know Nana Baruku. You hardly hear Nana Baruku. But I am Nana Baruku coming through. And everyone shall know her name. The end shall not come until everyone knows Nana Baruku. See? And so my son is the one that everyone can send $1 to whoever watches this video to be able to move forward with helping the women and the children heal. $1, whoever watches this video, to Cash App Mother Khai, because we know that we are energy. And we need the energetic herbs in this day and time to heal us. We need to know who is preparing those herbs too. I'm not talking about going into a store and buying just anything off the shelf, because we can't trust where we're getting our source from today. We know that so many are buying up the land and they're planting what they want and they're spraying what they want on it. It's time for all the Nana Barukus to come forth. She's the swamp woman. She's the medicine woman. See? And she's playful.
You're playful. You're playful. We were talking though yesterday. We were talking about, you know, the fact that there's a lot going on, and I know there's a lot that we cannot say sometimes, but we can say it in roundabout ways. But so people are concerned about what's going to come next, what's next, and what energetically, you know, because we work with energy and so forth. What are you hearing regarding? Let me mute this. What are you hearing regarding how those of us who are awake and aware of I want to call it the conspiracy towards us? How should we energetically move in this time period?
Move like how we feel. Stop denying yourself, meaning that be what you want and stop thinking about what you don't want. You're not going to die. So you have to ask yourself, what do you want? What do you want for your children that you don't have and didn't have? Ask yourself that question and then be that power, because you, and especially women have to be powerful because they're magical. We're the creators of life. We bring life here. We must restore our will. We have to restore our imagination, like my godson, my great godson, because now I had godchildren, but they had children, and now they're telling me I'm the godmother of their child. So now I'm a great godmother. I tell you, I'm just so great. But my great godchild name is Khai. And Khai told my dear sister, Delia, it's her grandson. He just walking around and we on the phone. And he said, I haven't lost my mind, but I think I'm losing my imagination. And he's 3. Huh? So I said on the phone, I said, she started to laugh. I said, what did he just say? What, did I just hear Khai say something? She said, yeah, he said he hasn't lost his mind, but he losing his imagination. So I'm like, he's 3. Ask him what he just said, because I want to know if he can repeat that. Where did that just come from? And so she said, Khai, what did you say? And he said it again. So I'm like, that's kind of deep for a 3-year-old to be saying. So out the mouth of babes. So I listened. So I said, well, what does that mean? That he hasn't lost his mind, but he about to lose his imagination? I said, well, interpret, meaning that you dumbass adults, right? I'm smart, I'm not losing my mind, but the way y'all behaving, I can't imagine anymore. Look at all of that y'all are doing. I'm losing my imagination because of y'all. So he couldn't, at 3 years old, that's the age you're supposed to have imagination at 3. That's the age where you really start getting diction and words coming out your mouth at 3, when you really can talk. But at 3, he said that. So I'm thinking, this is bad. If a 3-year-old saying that he ain't losing his mind, but he likely to be losing his imagination, is because of what he's seeing. and he can't imagine what he's seeing. So when it comes down to women, we need to regain our imagination, because the imagination is what creates magic. And so to answer your question again, what we must get back to is our will, because that's been taken away. How can you see your children suffer and you don't have the will to do anything? You can't even imagine a beautiful world, because if you could imagine a beautiful world, we could have a beautiful world. Just like that. Because it's magical. It doesn't take long. It's called a blink of an eye. Once you imagine it, it's magic. But in order to have the magic, you must put power in it. Can't be no weak magic. There's no such thing as weak magic anyway. See, so when you look at the will, it's why it's called willpower. And that's why it gets taken away. Because if you take away a person's will, they have no power. So what's the so-called conscious people supposed to do right now? Find their will. And they'll find their way in today. Not tomorrow or futuristic. Today. It changes right now. Because if you're conscious, you know now is all there is. But you have to have will. Power. Because that is the magic. Magic doesn't work without the power. And that's the imagination. So if so many people get together and they have the same picture, boom, it changes just like that. You see, the issue here is everybody still thinking that they're human. That's the issue. That make me want to have some tissues. Where's somebody give me a tissue, because we have too much issues. So look, can I get a tissue? I got issues, too much issues. But really, let me just say this. As long as the conscious people say that they're human, they got issues. Because the human is controlled. It's a hue. See? It's what they want you to be so that they can control you, because you're human. And I may have said this before, but for those that didn't know and don't, well, I'll repeat it again, because sometimes you have to repeat things over and over for it to sink in. You are a hue because hue is shades. And the humans live a shady life. And so what is going on here is that, well, you're controlled because you don't know who you are. You're human. You call yourself human, so you have human rights. And they're shady. There's hues. And now they're going even further by taking your memory and storing it in the cloud. The cloud is shady. Why are we not bright and in the sun? Why is it that they want to put everything in the cloud? Because your human life is shady. You're living a shady life. See? And you think that you're human, but you're nothing but a YouTuber. See, now I have to get a certain amount of views, and you have to get a certain amount of views on YouTube in order to have Dr. G official. And I need to check up on that Dr. G official, because I told a few people to go on to make you get more of that 100 you need. And when they put in Dr. G official, or, you know, it's like, it won't even come up now, because them don't want you to get an extra 100 or something going on. So we're going to check up on that too. But back to what I was saying, because we're YouTubers and we have to get all that, you know, going in. But I just had that come in, because I was like, why this ain't popping up? I'm like, I'm trying to like get everybody, and it wasn't coming up at all. So we're going to address that. We're going to fix that. So everybody who watching this right now, as a matter of fact, you know, we're going to address this about Dr. G, making sure that she gets all of the people that she needs so that she can go live on the next channel. Right. Now, everybody who watching me right now, surprise, you are a YouTuber. Okay, you may not have all the views. I may not have all the views, but I am a YouTuber. Now, what makes me a YouTuber? Okay, one, I open my mouth. From my mouth to my asshole, okay, is a tube. We got to have fun, yes, but we're going to talk the truth, right? So everybody got one, a mouth and an asshole. So that means you got a tube, all right? And back when I was growing up, all the TVs had tubes in them, all right? So now, you are a YouTuber because you have a tube. But not only do you have a tube, you also got antennas. Some of y'all might be bald, so sorry about that. But you're still picking up some energy because you got a little peach fuzz. But in any case, right? So now you have your tube and you have your antennas. Not only that, you got channels all through your body. And your birth date also indicative of what channels you are on. So you have channels. So now, so far, right, we're going good. You're a YouTuber. And not only that, you are in the box. See, you're looking at what you think is me. But just like television, it's a reception and of your perception. See, let me repeat that. It's your reception, and it's a deception of your perception. And that's what TV is. So really, okay, I'm a YouTuber. And so are you. We're a tube. And we are all YouTubers. And not only that, we are in the box, see? And we're advertising at the same time. Look at my earrings. You like my purple? I'm advertising. See? Myself. I'm a TV. And I'm going to tell you right now my vision for the world. So now, when they say that you are a YouTuber and you must get certain amount of views, you tell them already that you stole that name, YouTube. They steal everything from us. We are all YouTubers, and I just proved it. See? And one other thing. When you open your tube, called your mouth, in the scripture, it said that they were cast out. Right? They were cast out. They were doing things that they had no business doing, so they said that, get out, you're cast out. So what does that mean? Where did they go? They went abroad. Wherever they were, you got cast out. It wasn't like, oh, you should leave nicely. No, when you get cast out, that means get out. That's a cast. That's like, get the hell out. You cast out. So when they got cast out, that simply means that they went abroad. And so where are we? When you go to the islands or Africa, you're abroad. And when you open your mouth, what are you? You're a broadcast. So you're a YouTuber. You're broadcasting. Every time you open your tube. And just make sure that what you say is the right channel. And whatever you say, only certain people are going to understand it anyway, because they may not be on that channel, so they don't hear you. Those people that are not watching Dr. G and I right now, they're not knowing what's going on because they're on another channel. And so you may just have those who are awakening and those who are awake watching this channel, watching us be YouTubers.
Mother Khai, for those who may not know why we most people are familiar with the Matrix.
Mhm.
You tell us why you have coined it the Patrix and what is the significance of that in the time we're now living.
Whew. Well, it just made sense. Put it that way. That's the first thing. It just made sense. You got a ma, you got a pa. So they only wanted us to know about the Matrix, the Matrix, the Matrix. And you know, something was so interesting is that I never saw the movie yet in full. Not at all. Everybody's asking me that. Did you see the movie? Boom, boom. And I'm like, no. But there's one very brilliant man who's here with me right now who was like, you're right. There is a Patrix. And he was in the Matrix. He was actually the man that was dressed in white in the Matrix. Yeah. See? And so the Patrix is the one that is running the Matrix. Yep. He's called the architect, the grand architect. See? And even he's stealing that too, because really the grand master is Ma.
Ma, the womb. In the womb.
Okay? Right. So, and even master starts with M-A, Ma. So
Right.
when you're talking about the free, you know who, Ma sons, that is my science. It's not theirs. It's my son. There's my sons. That's how I know what they up to. They my sons. People want to know, how did you learn this? How did you know what they up to? Those my sons, and they need an ass whooping. Yes, because they messing up my children playing here. This is ridiculous. And look, all the other sisters, them is your brothers. They need an ass whooping. They taking what is mine and they're using it to play tricks. All this is an illusion. That's why they call themselves the Grand Wizard. Inside that, whatever you call it, the dark priesthood they have into, they're playing all of these set of games, and well, they're going good. They're a good gamer because everybody else, they're checkmating them. Every week they checkmate them. When you go to work and you wait all week to get your check, checkmate. Checkmate. You don't use your gifts that were given to you to come here and play with. When you were cast out, you just wasn't cast out. You were given something to play with called your gift. And then you have a path that you would be on so that you could get back home. But you had to earn your way by serving the cosmos, because you're a cosmic being. Your energy going out. You're the expression of Almighty. So these things that I'm calling, the Patrix, those are still energies as well. But, everything has been given a name, because in the beginning was a word. But we know that it came simply by friction, rubbing, So before there was the word, there was some rubbing, before the sound came out. Now, when everything in the cosmos is all about sex, reproduction. So if you're thinking about it, they're all wrong, because they keep talking about EMFs, electromagnetic fields. There's no electric before magnetism. That's the Patrix. Them lie. They want the electric to be first because them is electric and woman is magnetic. So they even putting themselves first in front of making EMFs. It's supposed to be MEF. Them is tricky, but not so tricky for Nana Baruku. No. So when I said the Patrix is because so much focus going on the matrix. And when you have the movie now, once again, boom, they're telling you a vision, their vision. But they're not going to tell you how that matrix is being really run. So we have to make the movie The Patrix. So somebody out there, we got to do that too, the documentary on the Patrix. Because that's what's running. Look at the matrix, it's so simple to see. You can go and go outside and the matrix all around. But the Patrix is a secret order. See? Secret. And they just hide little secrets everywhere. And if you don't pay attention and have a trained eye, you don't notice. Because they don't want you to see how they're doing everything, because they do everything by numbers. And everything to turn this around, well, it's easy as 1, 2, 3. Because they do everything on the 3, and everything is 3. So this is not hard. It's just that they told you, you go to work and you work hard for your money. You work hard for this. Everything must be hard according to the Patrix. See? They want everything to be hard. But mostly what is hard, well, is the head. People have a hard head. And my mother used to say, a hard head make a soft behind.
That's right. Mine too.
And see, all of those sayings, and we wasn't even in the same household because they had to come from somewhere. They came from wise women. See, wise women, the witch, the one who is so in tune with Mother Earth, the witch, the one with Mother Wit, the one who had all the sayings, who knew how to conjure things down and not up. She had sayings, because sayings are also seances. So now what's happening is that this Patrix that I'm saying, it just stands for a patriarchal system. And it's the it's the padre, it's the one who wants to have the highest title called father. He wants to be your father. He wants to control you and tell you what to do. And he's not a good father. And he wants to be father because our Father who art in heaven, Ra, the Son, he wants to be equal to, but he's not. So they're playing around with the energy. They want to control what? The soul. See, Ra, the Son. They want to control your soul. They want to be the Father. This is all simply still again about brother against brother.
Right.
And I've said that before. This, what is going on, I will prove seriously what is going on. And I will give previews of the class that everybody should find themselves in at some point to be able to understand what is happening right now, because they're lying. Even this thing, okay, watch. What year is this?
Allegedly. 2020.
Yeah. Exactly. Now, a couple of years ago, we heard about Agenda 21, right?
That's right.
Well, how is it that people don't realize that since they planned it years ago, and now this is the year 2021, all this is going on? Because this was their planned agenda. Now, we could go on what we call it, the screen, and I could, do this, but everybody can go on, and Google Agenda 21, and they will see where it says Agenda 21. They got a big red false stamped on it, right? Put up on your phone, and then you can see where it says false. Here, you can put up Agenda 21 on this one. Yeah, but just do it right here for now, because we're talking just so. He gonna try to put it up on the share screen, okay? He say he going right, but see, I don't really want.
That's okay.
Hold on. See, but it's not. It's not the one that I wanted. She's moving a little too fast here. That's not the one that I want. That's why I was saying I could just do it on my phone. It's much easier. It's not working. No, it's not going to work. Because right, it's fine. It's fine. What I'm saying simply is that we need to look at this thing here so we can know what's going on in this Patrix. Okay. And I can just pull it up very, very quickly.
Here it is.
Right. Here. I got it right here too. See? Look. Let me see. I don't know.
Do you see that?
Yeah, exactly. Right. But this is the one that I wanted, the one that actually has the list. I don't know where the actual camera is, so you can see what is on my phone. Basically, this one, okay. This is New World Order UN Agenda 21 2030 mission goals. See, these are the goals here. See, okay. I don't know where is the.
Let me take this down.
Right. Yes. Yes. See, what we need right now to help the people to understand is that this here is on BuzzFeed, right? And I don't see. Maybe I can hold up. There we go.
Well, this small to see. Wait to see.
Yes. See. All right. But this is very important for all who need to know. This is very important because you have to decipher this, okay? Because this is the New World Order UN Agenda 21 2030. Now, let's deal with this. It says one world government, one world cashless currency, one world central bank. Now, I already just named them three things, and that's already going down, right? Okay. So now, one world military, the end of all privately owned property, the end of the family unit. Well, that's a problem right now because some people get in, you know what, and some people not. That's destroying families right there, okay? Because others who are not don't want to be around those who did. So now, next thing you know, you have here depopulation control of population growth and population density. That's moving people out of the country, or the rural areas and pushing them all into one area, which you see going on with all these buildings going up, okay? Now, mandatory multiple vaccines, universal basic income. Well, what is this thing about right now? Children under 18 getting $250 and $300. They trying certain things right now, see? So this is the Agenda 21 2030. So you see that them implementing it slowly, all right? So now, microchip society for purchasing, travel, tracking, and controlling. Implementation of a world social credit system like China has. Human beings concentrated into human settlement zones, cities. Now that's really important because when you go and you see these signs going up with all these houses and saying luxury townhomes, or you go by like, especially where I'm living on the main line in Philadelphia, you go by Whole Foods, King of Prussia. They got all of these set up buildings everywhere. Those are your zones, meaning you just hop. You hop around because everything is really so convenient. That's what they want to sell you on, convenience. Meanwhile, here, it's all about human settlement zones. Now, how do we look at that again? Well, you look at it too when you get a whole bunch of people in an apartment building. Everybody just separated by a wall. But everybody's got what now? 5G phones, smart TV, smart appliances, because that's also on here too. All right. And so much other stuff. But when you are inside of a building, apartment building, your neighbor, whatever, you just knock down the wall, you getting nuked. You see? Because all of that radiation is in the bubble of the whole building. So that's called a concentration camp, really. It's a glorified concentration camp. And when they're building these things here, of course, they can monitor what goes on inside, but they're making you feel what again? Be careful of that. Comfortable.
Most secure.
Yes, exactly. Because that is the deal here. And so the key thing here, one of the last things, and everybody can go with this, the ban of natural and non-synthetic drugs and naturopathic medicine. See? So that's the ban. So if you go now and you're looking for elderberry, or you're looking for hydrangea, or green products and certain things of the like, and moringa, you start to see that it's slowly dwindling out of the population because they're causing the illnesses and they want the natural remedies to be gone. That's what is here. It's not my words. This is what they're telling you the agenda is. Now, this is just that. So that's the proof there. Now, let's stay on point. All right, here. Ready? Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Here. And look. Agenda 21 to 30. So, takes. Oh, this thing dry. Oh my gosh. I need the next one. Hold up. It takes about 7 years for the body to renew itself, right? Everything, right? So when you get somebody starting with this agenda here, you're doing this here. We're going to do some numbers right here. So you got 7 and 21 because it's taken this long for the body to begin to repair itself. It takes 7 years. Now you add the year 28. You add 20, 28. See? So then what year is that going to be? You got 10, 11, 12. So that is going to be a 3 year. But look at the coincidence, if you want to call it that. 21 agenda and 30 agenda. They're both 3s. How many times we've been on this show talking about the 3, huh? That they do everything in 3s. The agenda is even in 3. Your FDA, your DHS, your everything's in 3. You see? Because they know the power of 3. So now, 7 years for the body to change in 2028. That's a 3. Now, why am I so smart like this? Because my mother's a 3. My mother's birthday is 12/3. And she on the other side. Now, when you get to this agenda 30, that's 2 more years. So now, what you get, you're going to have what, 7? And then that's 2 more years. That equals 9. And they do everything on the 3, 6, and the 9. See? So that's why this agenda is 30, because by the time 30 comes, they expect what they've done to be complete. Meaning that this body that they are injecting things in with their agenda in the year 21, it will take 7 years perhaps for the transformation to take full effect. The DNA changes for those that are able to survive. See, that's the key here. 7 years. And by 2030, boom, that's 9 years going by. That means complete. But they can be stopped if we get some imagination. If we do things like 1, 2, 3 and get some willpower. Because all of this that's happening here is about kill the Christ. Because kill is 8 and then the Christ. All breaking down in the Pythagorean theory, you'll get 1910. 1910 is initiating the end, the 9. See, this is it. This what's happening now is simply about kill the Christ, because we're in a new era right now. Hopefully it's not an ERROR, it's just the ERA. But this is about kill the Christ. Kill is 8. And remember, when I talked about this was going to be the Patrix reloaded, because some of the things that I said previously in the Patrix, the first one, you can see just like how I'm showing you now that Agenda 21 was not just written in 21. This was hindsight 2020. You can look at it and say hindsight, but now you see hindsight is 2020 because you see it happening now. So when I showed you in the Patrix that, well, that this time that they had this inauguration, it was on the 8th. And remember, I said it was about security, that this was the contract for 8. And 8 is security. And 8 is also what they're dealing with. 8 is DNA. But I'm not an artist, but if you lay it on your side, you know, that's the DNA, right? So what are they doing with the injections or the V is they're messing with the DNA, because this is an 8 contract. And it's also finances and everybody getting stimulus check and this and that, right? So this was the contract I spoke about in the first Patrix. It's happening. You can look at it now and say, wow, hindsight. You're looking at it. So now you have the 8, which is DNA, and then you have them messing around with mRNA. So this is the contract. And when you look at this, and this is no coincidence at all, this year is a 5-year. Where's my little towel thing here? Okay, look. This 2021 is a 5-year. 2030 is going to be a 5-year. So 5 is about change. So what are they trying to do with the 8, the DNA? Change it. And there is an experiment, so it can go just like the 5. Either way, because what are they doing? They're playing. The 5 is playful. They're playing. And the people who are 5-based or 5-based have no discipline. Because that's what this year is. You have to have some discipline to stay in the house and be on lockdown too. Eh? And you're not going to be able to play. You can't travel because 5 is all about travel. Eh? So you see, these are not coincidences. This is the Patrix, because they're dealing with numbers. See? And that's what the Patrix does, because that's the science. It's math science. So these numbers all tell us what is going on too, because when you look at Kill the Christ, look at this. It's so nice and fluffy. Breeze. Look here. Kill the Antichrist, 1910. Boom. Let me see if I could maybe step back a little bit. Something so. 1910. Because, you know, still 1 and 9 is 10. But you reduce that even, you're going to get 1. See? And who is the one? Who is the one? The one is the Son or the Christ, for Christ's sake. When you look at kill the Christ, when you break it down, Pythagorean theorem, this whole word equals 1910. So what are they trying to do? Kill the Christ mentality, because your mentality is right now supposed to be waking up in this new paradigm as the Christ. And so that's what this is all about. Now, how do we know? Well, there's something else going on. Because remember the story about Joseph and Mary, how when they got the hit out on their life, they got a hit was put out, right? Well, the hit was put out because there was supposed to be this Christ being born, right? So this Christ was so threatening to all of them. So they didn't know who the Christ was. But Mary and Joseph heard about the hit. And they already had the revelation. It's the way the story goes anyway. You know, it's a nice story. But if we could relate to the story, then we would know that they knew that they were carrying this special child because they had the revelation from the angel Gabriel or Jibril, like my son named Jibril. See? And which is so interesting because my middle name is Mary. So anyway, right? So they know that this hit came out. That's why the whole story go about him being born in a manger, meaning that they had to hide out in a manger to save this life. But all the other ones who couldn't afford to go no place, couldn't travel, their baby dead. Because the hit was just like kill them all, right? So what we think going on right now. See, what we think going on right now, meaning that they don't know who is who gonna wake up, shoot them up, shoot them all up. Let's start with this age, and then now we're gonna drop it down to the lowest age that we can manage for them who have no willpower to accept. See, because this is what time it is. Remember, past, present, and future is all the same. The game is the same. The name just changed according to my daddy. See, so this is what's going on. So when you're looking at this here, 1910, you also looking at this. You got the 1, but you're looking at, if you look at 10, they're tricky. 10 plus 1 equal 11. And when you get 11, what you get? You get Jesus. Jesus equals 11. So all of this that they're doing here is about killing the Christ. The killing your mentality, because the Christ is really the Christ or your oil that is in your head, you know, your cerebellum, the oil, the fluids in your spine going up, your kundalini. That's the contract. Once again, the number 8. 8 is your kundalini. So this is a hit on your kundalini that you're taking when you take the shot. You take the shot. You get shot. You get, well, you know, like you took a bullet. You know, and this is what they want to continue, because this is all about secure. Look, see, the 8 is about security. You see the word secure? Well, SE and add X. That's still your power. The greatest power right now and in the cosmos is sex. Sex. This is when we said that before, right? Before there was the word and sound, there was movement, friction. It was sex. And then the noise came. Because you got the friction. It's the same thing if somebody having a relationship, hopefully a good one, and everything good, You first get the friction and then you get the noise. So when you're looking at secure, you're talking about a sex cure because sex does cure. See, that's when the old saying goes to give them a dose of their own medicine. You have the cure inside of you. It's your fluids, your oil. You are the light in the darkness, and it comprehended not. So your oil is what's in your body, in your spine, and you are the lamp. And you should be lighting the way. And this is why you have to go to school so you can be fooled. Because now what happens once again is they dealing with the three. All right, you get this? Let me see. So you gotta go to school to be fooled so that they could keep this Patrix going. So they lie to your parents, they lie to you, and then you have to go through the elementary, right? And then you have to go through the junior, and then you have to go through the high. And if you're real good and you have money or just get a grant or whatever, you know, you might just get a pass. You go through the bachelor. I'm just writing it quickly, right? So, pardon the front, but you get in, you hear Madam saying, you get the master, you get the PhD. But when you are in this school here, it's 3. You go to this one, it's 3. Huh? So this is all Freemasonry. When you go into the school, this is what this whole thing is about, the Patrix. They're putting you through the system here to make sure that you don't ever know the truth, because you getting this, and then once again, you get your degree, huh? Or your so-called diploma. But you went through these 3 steps. And that's just like the steps you went through was morning, afternoon, and night. 3 again. See? So all of this here is so that you have a false sense of security, because it's all about this, the sex cure. You never understanding that you make your own medicine. You need to take a dose of your own medicine and begin to understand your biology and not be so concerned about his history. And we need to make sure that our children know what is sex, what is gender. There's a difference. This is medicine. Sex is medicine. And it all has roots that go back so far that nobody ever want to take a look. They only want to deal with what's in front of them, what things look like. Like, what I can say too is that everything that the Patrix does is backwards. It's backwards. And then now the women are following that. And so that's why we don't have what we would say, use the term God in the world, because there's no women in the world. It's a patriarchal system. So you want to be Christian, or you want to be whatever, well, call it God, or, you know, I say all, because all is all. However, the world is the way it is because there's no women in the world, and women are the creative force. So that is what's missing when you say, oh, there's no God in the world. The world is evil. The world is not evil. There's just no women who are speaking up. They have to put the word out there because the word is the energy. And so because women are closed mouth, we have what is going on, and the Patrix is winning. And it came to my attention that even in that movie, it was, they said that there are many Neos, but some didn't qualify, some didn't make it, right? So when we come here, we're all Neos or in the neonatal or whatever, but some didn't make the cut. See, so this is what happening right here. So really, when you look at this sex cure or C cure, the cure is love, because that equals 6. And 6 is still representation of nature. So the sex cure is in nature, or to secure ourselves is nature. Everything is here, but this is on Freemason stuff. This here, because this is all dealing with numbers. See, and they know this. They set this right up, and this is how they do it. Now, I had some notes here. Okay, now, oh, here's something that would be interesting to somebody. Here, look at this. Who is Noon? Anybody? Who's Noon? Who is Noon? See, in what we would call in Kemet, Noon, right? She is the grandmaster. She's the one who actually starts things, and Nut. See? And so we can show. Let him show you. Watch. See?
It's the net for the female.
And Noon.
Right. Moon is the male.
Right. So now, watch this. What they do. When you see this Noon here, let me show you what it's going to equal. That's the man, right? The male. Now watch.
Female.
And the female. But watch what they do. N-O-U-N. So you get noun, which is everything. Person, place, and thing. Noon, noun. See? So when we're dealing with all of this right here, this is all Patrix stuff. These are all tricks that they're playing with what we're calling English. But we already know that you got the English, and everybody probably know this, but once you talk about it again, angles and angels. So when we say that we want to be nationalized, we want to take on the name L. Well, look at that. L is 3. Eh? All. See? 1, 3, 3 equals 7, which would be representation of God, the 7. See? And when you look at the 7 right here, that's really this, the greater than symbol. So all is greater than. Or in Arabic, they would say Al Akbar, Allahu Akbar. So 7 right there. And that's all. And it's 2 L's. So who are the 2 L's? The God and the goddess? The 2 forces? Feminine and masculine? So this is like, I could explain this so much, but it would take classes. And so people are going to have to seriously cash out that $1 to Mother Khai, because whoever didn't get their ticket for the grand reopening of Reawakening Minds, boy, I got a lot to show. And this is just previews, huh? So I like to play. So this is preview. This ain't nothing. This is just, that ain't nothing compared to what's gonna show. And this is plenty. And so now, let me just say something about these numbers too. How you people, everybody got to do this. All right. So, all right. how they play again. All right. Here's some more tricks. You know you're across, right? We talked about being YouTubers, right? But as you across, you know, whatever, head, arm, whatever, leg thing. But you do this, boom, right? And you take that line, you go here, and you go here. Eh? It kind of looks like an 8, but it's not. I will do it like this. I am not an artist. I tell you, I need an artist here. Let me see. Maybe something like this. No. Anyway, let me leave it like that. Because you're just going to have to use your imagination. It's an hourglass, but it's tilted, okay? It's tilted. It's really, I guess, let me try it. Let me just stop being ridiculous here. I can do this. Oh, I can do this. I can do this. Hold on, let me see. All right, so then boom, like this. Ah, there we go. Boom. I'm not so crazy. Boom, there we go. See, I did it. Look, I made it straight for those who don't have imagination. So it's an hourglass. So when you started out like this, that was a T. And that's you. Your time is running up. You are the sands in the hourglass, and so are the days of our lives. Well, I hope it's going to work. So, your crystals and here, you know, start to go down. Your time running out for you to use your imagination. So this cross is a T, and it's also an X. And X marks the spot. So even if I did that, and I still did like, you know, this, and I did like this, and I did like that, and I did like that, now it's still a box, but you are in the box. See the T, the cross, and you're in the box. See, so you're the Christ in the box. I hope everybody getting that, because you are not the body. And you are, okay, not the mind. So this right here, you would say, even looks like a diamond. See? And we are subatomic particles. And we are diamonds, pearls, rubies, and everything. But you think you're human, huh? Everybody think you're human. Well, I hope that all these lessons right here, you know, is showing that, you know, we're in the box. We're a diamond in the rough. And that this T here is also stands for time. And when you do what I did here, now it's an hourglass and the time is running out. And that's why they did the soap opera. And they said, you know, and so are the days of our lives. And you are sands in the hourglass. That's where I got that from. But not only that, look at these things that they say. Let me show you some other stuff that Patrix said. When you're watching TV, because it's advertisement, don't they, how many people see this here? I don't know, like this, and you know, like this, whatever. All right, like that. All right, that's really a waffle, right? All right, it's a waffle. But they say, let's go, let go my ego. Come on now, how much you buy that for? It's let go my ego. Let go my ego. You need to let go your ego. But they're telling you this with a waffle come from commercial. See, because really, see, you got to go through all of these boxes, all of this. You got to go through all of these, like all them squares in the waffle. You got to go through that. And then you got to let go your ego.
I want to share something that I'm actually looking at in a book called The Laughing Jesus. And I've had these books for a while, but let me just read something about awakening. Share something. It says awakening is not eradicating our personality and living a bland, boring existence as some sort of saintly zombie. Awakening is consciously being all that we are and having fun as a person in the life dream, free from debilitating fear and isolation. Awakening doesn't diminish our individuality, it enhances and fulfills it. In this sense, lucid living is the celebration of the ego, not its destruction. But this celebration of our individuality is possible because we have transformed ourselves from an isolated self into an integrated self. You know, we are part of the all. We realize we are anyway. But once you realize that, you know, and I like the fact that it talked about we're having fun. You talk about playing a lot, and there's seriously agreement with the fact that we came to have fun, we came to play. But why is it for so many that life is, you know, human life, human existence is so painful for many?
It's simply because this, once again, they won't let go of my ego. But it's this, they don't know this. They don't know why are you? Why are you equals 19 again? Eh? Why are you? You are because, boom, that's why you are. Learn to read. You see, when you say, well, why are you? Because right here, this is what you would call what? The masculine, the one, and then the nine, which is feminine. That is why you are. The sun, see, and giving birth. You have this feminine. Thank you. Oh, a drink. Woo. Mm. Mm. Oh, this is good. Oh, I had a man servant in the house. A man servant. That's what it is. All these women need a man servant. Eh? Hold on. Wait, let me just. And see, this say happy birthday because see, I have one for my son too. Something get in my throat. Let me hold on, y'all. Everybody, just take a break. It's a water break right now, okay, with me. But when you drink your water, and I don't want to be inappropriate, right? This is what you do. Don't drink it yet. Don't drink it yet. Don't. Everybody, watch. Watch. Oh. This is what I do every time before I drink my water. Watch. So, you know, water carry vibration. So before you drink your water, it works real nice when you're playing with a bottle because, you know, the sound come out real nice. It can be like real cool, especially when a child, right? You hear all the sound get trapped in the bottle because it's plastic and it just be making like real long. So, right. Healthy, healthy and well. So now all of that is inside your water. Now you drink it up. And it's gonna taste so good. Look. And don't gulp it, sip it. And if you want to, you can hold it with two hands, like, oh, I'm so grateful. Look, see all the sound coming out now? I make love to this water. See what I put in my water? Look here. Sugar. My water turned to wine. Hold up. This water ain't no water now. It's wine now. After all that I put inside. Salute. All right, back to this. Why are you? Because masculine, feminine. Boom. And now you are what? The one. But the one ain't the one. The one is the 10, because if you're looking down again, right, that's the tube. It's the tube. There's a circle up here and there's a circle down at the bottom. So the one is really 100. Keep it 100 now. That's where they get the saying from. Keep it 100, because really, I mean, I'm no artist now, but you see, a one is really like this. This is really a one, like that. Not really what a one looks like if you're looking straight down. but everybody looking this way. See? If you're looking straight at it, you're looking at, boom, straight. But if you're standing up and you're looking down at a one, you're looking over, you're seeing it, you're seeing a circle at the top. So really what you're getting is 100. See? And that's the real deal. So that's why are you? You are because of the what? Energy of masculine and feminine. That's why are you? Why are you? Because you have these two energies. You know, that's why are you? Simple. And look in here. You got 1, boom, 100. So you have to know these simple things.
Mother Khai, do you teach numerology?
You know, I teach people how to be happy. Because your energy, I don't even like to say numerology because it's so much more that I'm teaching when I'm teaching numbers. I'm trying to show people, look, how to live as energy. I not really want you to just know numerology. You know what I'm saying? This is a language here. You see, I know they call it numerology, but this is a language. This is angles. This is, you know, the language of the angels that we have not been privy to, because we're looking at this as a why are you, but it's not really. It's just angles. It's geometry. So I teach geometry.
Okay. There's a question here. I want to pull it up because it's come up a couple of times. Lisa Wallace says, "Ask, can someone steal your oil / Christ? Can the shot kill the Christ in me?"
Well, that's a very good question. Well, according to the hidden secrets in the scriptures, not just the Bible, but many of them, yes, your oil can be stolen. Because that's why they say, keep your lamp lit. Keep it filled with oil. See, keep it filled. Meaning it is a way that it may not be filled. Because you can drain your own oil simply by having too much sex. You giving out your oil. You pumping oil out. You know, that's the when you look at, you know, if you're healthy, there's a little oil in that. You know what I'm saying? You ever take some and rub your arm with it? It's oil inside the fluids. It's oil in it. It's have to be. It's slippery. You understand? So you can oil yourself with it. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? You ever see somebody say shh and it, oh damn. You know, you be shiny
flashbacks or something, I guess.
You know, you be all like, damn, you know, it's shiny. You know what I'm saying? Like, hold up, put it over here. You know what? But it's oil in you. You're oiling. So yes, if you're having too much sex, you can lose it. And every month, or not every month, but when the sun is it the sun? No, when the moon, right, is in the house of your sun sign, you get a little boost inside you too. That's where another like seed is germinated. And if you don't let that seed out, right, then you get brighter because that seed go up and look here. When a man doing his thing, right, that spark come from the medulla down, all the way down, and ooh, that's where he get that electric feeling, like he want to do the electric slide, like you know what I'm saying? And so if you ask it if you can lose your oil, most men that lost their oil. That's why some of them is so bald-headed. Because they don't have no more oil. And you know, when your hair get dry, it fall out. You know the old people, right? Look here. And when you see a young man, right, and he starts to look old too quick, right? he losing his oil, meaning he ain't slick no more. He ain't slick. He dry. You ever see a man come up to you and he be like trying to run some game on you, and you be like, you dry. You dry. You ain't got no oil. You ain't got no oil. See, because the oil, number one, it keep you fluid. You can move. You know, look here now. We melanated. We oily anyway. You know what I'm saying? All this oil coming out. You know what I'm saying? So can you lose your oil? Yes. Some people don't sweat even. You see? It's called toxicity. You replace one for another, and there's no room for the oil. Now, some people can disagree with what I'm saying, but those are the ones that don't have no oil. You know what I'm saying? Look, you got to know. This is why it says it's a secure. You got to secure your oil because you can lose it. Secure. You need to secure it because that's what they want to do. They want to steal it. That's why they have all this advertisement called, whatever's on the billboard, whatever's on the TV, whatever's in the movie, whatever's in the food. They're trying to get you to lose your oil. Use it up. Hey, woo, look at that ass over there. Woo, and so now use it up. Use up your oil. They're doing everything to get you to use your oil so that you can't see. Your lamp is out. Your lights is out. Lights out. It's only on and off. Okay? So when they're doing all of this, it's so you will not be secure. Because negative, positive, right? You can lose it or you can gain it. Because that's why there's something called semen retention. So that you can have some light in the night.
In the practice, and in our yoga practice, some of the what we're studying, one of the I forgot what they're called, but it actually talks about that, about retaining one's semen by refraining from sexual acts and sexual thoughts and all that. And I'm saying, well, those yogis in the monastery, most people doing yoga are not retaining anything. I mean, they do it as a practice, but it's not as, it's not taken as seriously. But what you're saying is that, I mean, I think I can go 2 weeks with that. You can not use it and you can dry up, or you can overuse it. Yeah.
See, the thing is, right? If you don't use it, they say you lose it, right? Now, that's some tricks in that too. Because if you don't use it, that don't mean that you need to use it on somebody else that's not good. You understand? Use it. You have to know how to use it for yourself, meaning you have to channel it so that you don't lose it. And you have to eat certain things that keep it coming. See? So you might not, especially as a woman, you just can't give it away because you think that you're going to lose it if you don't use it with the old crappy old man that don't have no light. You have to learn as a woman how to channel that energy. The same way a man have retention, a man ain't nothing but a woman, and a woman ain't nothing but a man. We just energy. So it's all about channeling the energy. See? Because you restore it your soul. So you ain't losing nothing unless you're not eating right and you on a diet. Because you are what you eat. So if you eat juicy, you gonna be like Lucy. If you eat juicy, you'll be juicy. But most people eating carbs, you see, and things that dry you up. So that's why there's everybody talking about you don't use it, you lose it, because they're eating wrong and their hormones get out of balance. But if your hormones in balance, then you got some equilibrium and you have some leverage. You got some leverage because you got some knowledge. Let me break it down. You know the ledge and the knowledge. So you know you on the ledge. So you got some equilibrium and you know now how to nourish and keep your light and your lamp lit. Now everybody talking about certain foods to eat and stuff. You know, pomegranates, great. You know, eating not every single day, but drinking. Like today, I fasted because you know I just found out yesterday, and my son orchestrated this. So I'm like, I better not eat because with all the thing I do, if I eat and consume, then that's going to take my energy to be able, you know, not to be able to come in front of anybody, you know, all energetic because I just slowed myself down by putting something in my tube. Because everything that go in your tube don't always come out the other end right away.
That's true.
So that would slow me down. You see what I'm saying? So I said, no, 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 no. We just going to turn water into wine and we're going to be fine. And I'm fine. And then, you know, I might make some, you know, of course, I make, you know, gut pudding, so you have some guts, you know, and that's made with sea moss. Or maybe I should just put it in the recipe book for y'all. But no, since it's my son's would be his birthday, I'm going to give you a gift. I'm going to give you the recipe, one recipe that my son loved, and it was my gut pudding because he had guts. He was adventurous. So one of the things I always do is I would take sea moss and I would use almonds, soak them, or walnuts and make milk. And then I would use a prebiotic like baobab. All right. If you want to make a lemon pudding, you use baobab. If you don't want a lemon pudding, I would suggest you don't use baobab, really. I would suggest you just use the prebiotic, the Indian prebiotics. Okay. I am thinking that it's, I can't think of it, but I do have some. Y'all want me to go in the kitchen and get it? but yes, if you ask me and you want to know that recipe, because it's so long I using it, I can't think of the name. But it's an Indian prebiotic, you know, and so that doesn't add the lemon flavor that the baobab does, because the baobab would give it like a lemon type flavor. But when you use the Indian prebiotic, you can put a little vanilla in it, and then you have a vanilla pudding. And see that with the sea moss, and then you put some hemp some seeds on it. Now it adds more protein, because as you're getting older, you don't want to get synesthesia. You need plant protein and you need to exercise. Whew, you see? And so when you exercise, that helps your muscles, but you also need some protein, but you need pure plant protein. So by adding chia seeds or hemp seeds, then that's good. You see, that prebiotic makes the probiotic. Remember, I ain't showing you the board, but it's very simple. E before O, just remember that. See, when people always tell you about probiotics, they say take probiotics. Everybody knows probiotics, right? But, well, like a kindergarten class, pre. E comes before O. So if you want pro, you need pre. Anything pre is first. So why everybody on probiotics is because the Patrix lying again. They want to sell you something, and all them powders probiotics. You need prebiotics. Because you ain't having no pro without the pre. The prefix. The remix. I'm just kidding. You know, so that's what I do to make sure that, you know, my son, you know, he had the guts to do what he had to do, because it's your brain here. So I make gut pudding, and sea moss was the thing, you know, to make the gut pudding. That's the basis of it. And I use 24 karat gold sea moss. It's the one that if you were in survival times, you don't have to wash it, soak it for like 2 days, get all the sand, stuff out, the dead people and all stuff. It's at the bottom of the ocean if you get some good sea moss. So it's all kind of stuff. But just the paper, the twist and thing, all kind of stuff. I was seeing people sea moss. So I get some sea moss that they already wash it and they sun dried it by the sun, and I call it sea moss gold. So then this way, if you in survival times, all you have to do is just rinse it and soak it for like 2 hours, and you're good to blend it, to drink it. Now, if you want to cook it, that's your business. That's what you do to make it a gel, like people see. You know what I'm saying? Jelly. But you may be cooking out some of the nutrition, and you may end up with nothing but just an empty gel. Because depending upon where it comes from, everybody on sea moss, it's a fad now. They're just slapping it all up everywhere. Sea moss in the store, online, this and that. They don't care. See? So that's why I'm saying that, we have to be able to work on all our brains here. The gut, the mind, because the mind and the brain is different. Some people don't even know that because they went to school. So, and people don't know that heart and soul goes together. That's why we say, I love you with all my heart and soul, and everybody, don't realize when I said you're a YouTuber that, okay, you broadcasting, that means, well, this body is an instrument. So then if you don't play yourself, somebody gonna play you. And that's what the Patrix doing. They say, oh, this is not like somebody purposely doing something to you. It's not a somebody, it's an energy. Because remember, you are cross. And so that means you are energy. It's like some people are hot wired, some people not wired at all, nothing firing up there. Mm-hmm. So when you are dealing with other things called into existence by a name. So if I'm saying the Patrix, I'm talking about the patriarchal system, or I'm talking about, let's say, Michael Jackson. It's the energy called Michael Jackson. It's the energy called Taj. Sheikh, Grand Sheikh Taj. We honor him. Say it right. Say it loud. Grand Sheikh. 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 Tomatoes. But you know what I mean. He's grand. And he's grand for a reason. Because of his birthday. He didn't do it. There ain't no him. There really is no Grand Sheikh. There really is no me. We playing like there is. And I enjoy playing with you like you are really there. This is the whole point of coming to this dimension, so that you can feel like this is happening. So get into it, get into it. Like, get into your role. What are people so scared about? Get into your role. Be the energy. What is your energy? Find out what your energy is and be your energy. It's your life path. Your path is your path for a reason. It's the road you travel. And when they painting the streets with those yellow lines, it's not for you to just stay in the line. It's the damn yellow brick road that they painted, because there's a whiz behind there. A little old man who's a wizard making all this happen. So you on the road with the yellow line staying there, and you following the yellow brick road. You on that same road. And you going somewhere thinking, I'm going here, I'm going there, I have to get here, and it's all an illusion. You on the yellow brick road. And everybody's afraid that they're going to die. Well, where did you come from? If you even believe in a God, right? Yeah. That means that your God existed already. So that means you had to come from that God. You had to come from something, right? Say what you got to say.
That too. Did we experience life before this life? Just because we don't remember anything prior to our birth doesn't mean we didn't experience anything. After all, we don't remember being a baby, but this doesn't mean we never were a baby. Birth is the beginning of the process of re-emerging from unconscious awareness and becoming conscious again. So we shouldn't be surprised that when we are born, we aren't conscious of our past lives, because we are hardly conscious at all. So, the Gnostics and the teaching that was hidden in the so-called biblical text was to take out the fact that reincarnation is real, that we come back. That's why we look at those children and think, like the 3-year-old that was able to say, I'm not losing my mind, but I'm losing my imagination. It was like, like something's happening. That was the old soul.
That's right. That's right. And so interesting how these things happen, because that old soul too is a story behind that. That old soul is born on my mother's birthday, 12/3. So when my godson came about, I'm like recognizing the sarcasm in him and the fun, just like my mother. And then the interesting thing is, my girlfriend, when her daughter, my goddaughter, say to her, don't get upset because the baby name is going to be Khai. She thought that she was naming my great godson after me. But no, it's her husband who always said when he have a son, he was going to name him Khai. Now, look at how the cosmos play around with that. So she meets a man, and this is what I'm saying, the cosmos is having fun, because that, I'm like, well, look at that. What are the chances that my goddaughter meet a man who always wanted a son named Khai, her godmother named Khai, then her son be born on my mother's birthday. So this is fun. If you don't look at these things and then I say, well, what is the chance that I'm doing a show right now, 7:20, talking about my son, and it's his birthday, and you out of the blue say, you know what? How about just do a show today? So this is all fun. We have evidence that this is play. But you know what? There's a serious play too. Because sometimes, you gotta remember there's drama, right? And then you got other movies that is real serious, the sci-fi, right? So we got all kind of stuff going on here. When you talk about wearing the mask, that's sci-fi. That's a sci-fi movie. But you got drama in the sci-fi. So everything is once again, overlapping. See, there's nothing like you're going to see like the Aquarian age and then the Pisces age, and it's going to just leave. You always got remnants of something else left inside. It overlaps. So then this is serious play, and there's all kind of different skits going on at the same time. But you got to pay attention and be aware. But focus on one thing, your life path. Don't focus on nothing. Look here.
Tell us, because we don't have we have a little bit of time, but do tell us how one can determine their life path. What is the formula?
Say it again.
What is the formula for determining one's life path?
All right, let's do this. Look at this. 12, 3, and then 19, 32. And this is the correct way to do it, because some people don't do it right. If you want to do a life path, you add 2 and 3, you get 5, and then that's 10, right? So then you say, right, this way, you would say that, let me just do it this way, so I don't do it too quick, right? That would be like 15, see, 5 and 1, 9, 10, plus the 5 is 15. Then you reduce that to 6. So now you have a 6 here. That means that this year, 1932, was a 6th year too. So there's certain energies that were happening even in that year. And then you have a 3 here, and you have a 3 here. So you add this, the 6 and 3, you get 9, and then you add another 3, you get 12. So that's 1, 2, 3. So that person, and this is why this is also the matrix, because you see them use 3 all the time, and you see a lot of 12 going on, and you see 1, 2, 3 equals 6. So everything is easy as 1, 2, 3. It's also easy as nature, because 6 is nature, it's natural. The netaru. Everything is easy as 1, 2, 3, because that's 6. So everything is easy if you keep it natural. See?
So
this person right here, right? When you add it up, 3 and 3 is 6, and then you got 6 again, 12. That means that person's life path would be a 3, and all they needed to focus on was being a 3, because they traveled here, cut down, and this is what the thought is. the thought was, I want to experience this energy, what this 3 is. I want to experience having children. See, I want to experience spirituality, the Trinity. This just so happens to be my mother. And so this is when I can look at her, she had her children, but not only that, my mother had to raise us, for the most part, cultivate us by herself. So she was the father, the mother, and she was also the child. So even hindsight, looking at my own mothers, I'm like, well, gee, you can't make this set of stuff up, because that's exactly what she complained about. But when you add all of this up, 1, 2, 3, she also was very loving and extremely creative. So she also, if you were to break that down and go 3, 3, 6, that means she had a lot of spirituality going on here. And if you just look at this right here, 3, 3, that's 33 degrees. See, and that's where I get my saying that this is my science, mastery, masonry. See, and then my aunt, who actually taught me these things, my aunt is born 12, 12. So you get 3, 3 right there. So then my mother and my aunt had a little conflict at one point because they're similar energies. See? And my aunt didn't want to tell my mother about my energies because my mother was all 3s, which was drama. See, but drama and drama. So they were just creating drama back and forth between themselves. And I was also the child who was watching the drama and trying to go, well, who right? Well, who get this one? Who win this round? Who win that round? So that's why I end up, as a child would do, be curious and try to figure things out myself. So I didn't learn these things from a book. I learned these things by watching these 2 women going, well, who is this Jesus with the white hair and like wool? And who is Angela Davis? Because my aunt would take me to the Tree of Life in Harlem. And what is Black Power? And my mother at the same time was something else going on. So these were the same energies, but like. So they couldn't really take things with each other because it was too much drama. But they were still both very spiritual women, but coming from different paths, because my mother's path was the 3. And the aunt path is different. And so the pressing thing for my mother was to live up to the 3. And she did. Because she passed away unafraid and just said, I'm going home. And she stayed with just exactly as she felt. And that was the Trinity. And so that's why so many times, even the show that we first did, it came up on 1, 2, 3. Because all of this energy is with us. That's, look here. Let me drink some more of the ancestors right now because they need water. See? We are everything. Earth, wind, fire, water, ether. And another question? Or what?
Let me see. Any comments? Yeah. I guess someone else put up there. They said that their born day was 12/3/1969. That's almost similar to. It's a little different because it comes up to a. 12/3/1969.
Well, look here. The gift is, see, the interesting thing about this 12/3/1932 is very angelic, because 6 is 2 threes. So when you look at her being born already on the 3, the 12, which is 3, and then on the third day, and then, you know, you have the 6 here, right? Then you're looking at a lot of threes, and everybody always say, oh, I see triple numbers, 333. Well, my mother always helped people, so she was angelic too. See? So if you look here, all right, let's break this down. All right, look, there's only so many people in the world, okay? It's just not a lot of people. It's just energies. We're just energies. We're cosmic beings. Please, people, if you get one thing from this video, stop being human. I know some people would disagree with me, but you know what? Like I said, it's a little shady life here. It's a lot fun, more fun being cosmic and solar. And, you know, it has its perks, because love is an energy. And if you could just be the energy and focus on your life path, what did you come here for? Like Shadow, the mighty Shadow, what you come for? What you come here for? That's the main thing. What did you come here for? Ask yourself them question today. What you come here for? You came here, you're in a body, and you are an instrument. And an instrument, you play with it, you play it. And it needs to be tuned up though. So if you auto tune, hopefully this video will tune you up. But we ain't playing no real jams though, Naila. Come on now. Because you know what?
They like to interrupt when I play music, so I try not to get it. Yeah.
Look, I'm about to get it up after here. What? It's about to go down. Some Julio Iglesias. Oh yeah.
Well, listen,
some B-side.
You kind of dropped gave up the surprise that you were one of the surprise guests. So I will say this about the 27th.
Okay, you just mentioned it again. You brought it up again. Nobody was even paying that attention. They didn't listen.
The tickets.
They're not even listening. They didn't even listen. Now you just blew it again.
They have to hear this. The tickets are sold out. There are no more tickets available. I oversold tickets. So if you didn't get a ticket for August 27th, please don't send me a text asking for the link, because the link is gone now. So you can't, if you got the link and you didn't get the tickets, maybe you'll come to the next event. So, but I thank you all though, because you all got those tickets really quick. But Mother Khai and I are looking for a larger venue in the Philadelphia area to see that we can accommodate a large number of you. But for this one, we are sold out.
Yep.
So
no.
Put your since you're doing that, what you can put your cash up on the screen.
Let's see. Yeah. Because I'm really about making medicine, tinctures. I'm like that bush woman. So I've teamed up with my sister from Ethiopia, and we will be making really personalized medicine. So we need more equipment to bubble up the spagyric, because when we do these plants as medicine, we're going to make them as a spagyric. And a spagyric is not like a tincture. A spagyric is when you use the plant and you know the origin of the plant, and you know what elements the plant are in relationship to, and which planets rule that plant, because you want to do everything with those energies in alignment so that the herb is stronger when you are actually making the extract. And you also want to be in a pure state of mind also, because as a man thinketh, so is he. And those who make your medicine, if they're not in the right mind, that energy is going into what they are preparing for you as well. So, being that one of the agendas on the 21 list is to take away naturopathics, I said, well, if they're going to take it away, I better hurry up and bring some on board. And so I have to formulate this company, and it's already started, but it's just not expanded. So right now we have elevated naturally hemp, but we are going to have some things that are going to be made to remove the calcification out of the blood system, because so many are suffering from blood clots, okay? Calcification in the joints, pineal gland, everywhere. So there are herbs that will assist that. Now, I can just simply tell you what it is, but you can't make it the way that we can. No, because it takes too much time to make a spaghetti. It's a lengthy process. But if you think you can, go and try. And then send me something, because then I won't have to. I want to play.
I want you to get the Cash App up there. Cash
All right.
App.
I'm trying to see right now. I think it's, that's why I'm looking at my phone right now. I think it's Cash App, and
Cash.me.
I think it's Mama Khai. Look, Mama Khai. That's what I was looking for. It's Mama Khai. That's why I'm looking at that too. So yeah, that why I have to go to the phone. Don't nobody send nothing, so let me see. That's why I hardly use it. I'm always sending money to somebody. Wait, hold on. No. Hold on. Let me just see. All right. Let me see what it is. Hold on. I'm gonna be sure. Yes. Oh, look here. It's, see. I'm always sending money out and hardly getting any in. So, except when people are doing consultations, I do use that. So hold on, y'all. Mama got it right now. Mama got it right. All right. So here we go. Let's do this all over again. All right. It's actually the dollar sign. Shoot. I'll give you my bank account number. You can just drop it in the bank. You can't take nothing out. And pretty soon the bank's gonna be shut down anyway, you know? It's gonna be a different form or something, so but yeah, there we go. It's Kai Ushua. But you're gonna see my face like, like this kind of way. And it's Mama Kai. Yeah, so yes. So if 10,000 people watch this video, everyone should at least put $1 toward Kai Ushua, because we are about making medicine that has the right energy. That's why so many people go places, right? And they say, I took this and I took that, but it didn't work, right? Because the energy wasn't in it. For instance, right? Now, when we do our hemp, right? The hemp is, a male plant already. Marijuana is the female, right? So when we actually doing, mostly it's Ekwet doing it too, so, because I'm not there. She's actually in Colorado. So she's this beautiful sister who grandmother used to do this work for free, healing people laying all over the ground and stuff like that inside her house. Ekwet, once I, said this before, but, it always sometimes, mostly you're going to see that the genes jump a generation. So I'm like my grandmother more than my own mother. My grandmother, she was the medicine woman of the tribe, okay? And when I'm using they came in and they poisoned them. My grandmother was the one that had to heal everybody, and it was so much people said she had to heal. She started to lose her mind. That's really how she passed away. And this is my great grandmother. My grandmother, my mother. Well, my mother was born at 1 pound, and she was very sickly. And at one point, she had pneumonia, and because my grandmother knew medicine, she used the actual cow dung, right, to pack my mother's body because it would get hot and draw out the pneumonia that she had. So I come from a line of grandmothers that were healers. So even though my family felt that I was crazy, and I thought I was crazy too, because I was so young going out in the yard digging up stuff, and nobody ever talked about them being, from, basically they were Moors because they called Native Americans, but at the same time, these women were healers. And nobody talked about it in my family. It was like it was taboo. So I'm just walking around like I'm crazy, all into the herbs and telling people in my family, well, what's wrong with you? Take this. What's wrong with you? Take that. And then once again, you heard my story about being, with Dr. Sebi and Dr. Khai and a lot of very, good people. They helped me to know that I was still crazy. Because they're crazy too, but I was in good company. So it became, like okay for me. I settled into my craziness now. I'm adjusted crazy now. I'm 61 and like this good crazy. So what I'm saying is that, and I'm going to stay crazy too, and to the end, because remember, if you take this life too serious, right? What's going to happen to you? You're going to call somebody's going to say you're insane, right? And you're going to believe it. They're not going to say you're crazy. They're going to say you're insane. But what is insane? I had to learn that being insane was not crazy. Look, if sane means that you are together, right? In your right mind, right? If you inside of that, how could you be crazy? Because you're insane. You got to be out of sane to be crazy.
That's right.
So this is why I'm saying that this is the Patrix. So everybody walking around like he insane, he insane. So what you saying? He in his right mind? So I'm insane. And I have my sanity. And that's my cash app. Because I want to do some more crazy stuff in this world. Because we have to have imagination and we can conquer what we will, like 1, 2, 3. We are energy. Hey, come on, I need somebody to play with. Shoot. So we need some more people to play with, huh? Mm-hmm. We need some more people. We need some more sisters who really want to play. Who wants to play? Who really wants to play? Put your money where your heart is, not where your mouth is. This is fun. I like here. Look at this. Look at this. See? Right. Look, come on, y'all. Play with me. Look. Let me step back. Look at this. Look. See this? Right? Everybody who walking around in tight clothes, right? I like this because once I got up under here, I ain't going to show you what I got up under here. But it's some shorts with pockets in it, right? So that when I'm running around like this, I'm getting breeze, and I take this phone and it goes right in the pocket in the shorts here. So right up under here, I'm just like, I'm free. See, I'm flowing. I smell good because, you're getting breeze, you're getting air. And, it's cool. It's fashionable. Now look here. Let me just say this to everybody too. How we all the same. My sister right here, right here, which y'all call Dr. G, right? She like fashion too. Look at the earrings, and the outfit matching and the hair done, right? She like to look good. Why? Because in the matrix on this side, right? That's her fashion sense. Because that's 11. See? So everybody, I don't care who, I don't care who, and I'm gonna be so bold to say, because this is my science. My son, Mason is a woman's science. Masonry is ma. I'm a ma, and it's math science. So I'm going to talk about it. Anybody who have 11 like fashion, anybody, if you just pass it through like a wave, because every year another energy come through. Remember, we are energy. Energy don't stick. Energy move. You see? So then we are wave. We are water. So then when a year come in, you get a personal year that is going to help your life path, meaning it's doing like this, support you so that you can go on that path. It's going to make your year have a certain kind of feel to it. So then if you like this, and even the year, let's say this is a 5-year. So then it's helping the world adjust to what is going on. You're going to have to get yourself together. You better get some discipline. 5 is about discipline. You want to travel, okay? Well, that's been, all of this numbers is vibrations, which is controlling this so-called reality. But because you are energy, all you have to do is switch. God damn, look at this. Turn the light on, turn the light off. Switch. See, it's a switch. So if your light ain't on, switch it on. If it's off, just do like this. On. Make believe. Imagine you got to switch somewhere, your belly button, something, you know, your big toe, whatever. But switch the sucker on. Because you being energy, meaning that we're in the cosmos. See? So that means that we're all together. We're all energy. And what's happened is that whatever you're thinking, the other person can think too, because it's the greater mind. So you're affecting what you think, making this paradigm what it is. So if everybody just switch, that's like the 100th monkey. Everything good. So what is going on is that people don't know how to switch. They're afraid. It's fear. That's why we need to do death classes. See? We need some death classes. And we need them death classes very quick. Because that's all that the Patrix is pushing is death. If you don't do this, you know you could die. If you don't do this, you know you could die. If you don't go to your job, what happens? Oh my goodness. How am I going to live? Well, how are you going to live? Because who is your God? I thought your God was the one that is really giving you the life, not the job. So now your job is your master, and that is your life. That is your life giver, your job? No. Because if you don't have any air for 1 second, that air becomes your God. Because now that's it. You praying for some air. And you're praying for that right now. So, and the job that you're going on, that's the matrix. That's not what you came to do. You came to work for the cosmos because you are energy. And what you were given was put in this cosmos. You still are a star. So you're in your dipolaric state and you're out here in this great cosmos as a thought, because that's what your path is. Real quick, like I'll leave that, but here, wait, because you got to get this. I need to play, and I can't play without you. I can't play with the people that are watching. We cannot play without one another. This is why this thing is the way it is, because your path is your PTAH, which is your, some might call it this, whatever, too, you know, thought, the pantheon too, or your thought. So let's be clear here before we go, because this is what I taught my son. And this is why I still hear him, because it's energy. So let's see, who could we do? Just make up anybody here. If somebody just born like this, here, 1/26/1984. Then you just do all of this. They got 8 energy. They got 1 here. And then this 8 and 1 is a 9. And then you add this, you get right here. You're getting 12 and you're getting 10. You're getting 22. So then you're getting a 4. All right. So basically what you have is a 9 and 4, which is 13. And you get a 13, 4. And now what you're seeing here is that this person, what we would call, is a karmic soul, that they've been here before. And all they need to focus on is not this, the 9, because that's the left. And you're not going left. You're actually going to exit the stage right. You're going to go to the right. Not to the left, like them say. To the left, no. To the right, please. And so they're focusing on the 4. And this 3 is the key. That's their bridge number. Meaning that in order to get to the 4, you cross up from the 1, you cross the 3, and you get the 4. This person has to be creative and speak and use all their creative ability and their spirituality so that they can become the 4, which would be stable, to be on your square. See, that's masonry again. Because you want to be on your 4, on your square. And when the Masons are talking about they need to do a bill, they always talk about their square. And that's why they always call something too, they call it the market square. Right? They call it the market square. Why? Because you are the target at the market. That's not really why, but I'll play around with it. But you are the target, and they use the market square. See? And of course, that's why they also see the market square, but you have a mall. And when you go to the mall, what do you get? Mauled. With what? All the different ads, all the different material things, this, that, and the other. And that's to distract you from where you're supposed to be, your path. This is it. Now, what is my path? What is Mother Khai's path? What am I supposed to be doing? What are my gifts? Well, we won't talk about me right now. We're going to talk about this person right here. This person is 8, but not a pure 8. If this person was born, let's see, 3, 8, right? That person would be totally pure because there's no mix of numbers. They have a pure gift. Now you see, let's say somebody with the 17, they got 2. They got the 1 and the 7. So they would be great at writing and even doing multimedia stuff because they have the 2 gift. This person who's a pure 8 is all strictly old ancestral money and have the gift of security. But if they are pure 8, born on 3, 8. But this one here has the gift of being extremely creative and enjoying food. And they will have to be careful that they don't overeat because their challenge is the 4, which would mean being physical, because the 4 is really an atom, square thing coming into existence. So if this person here is not going to be, excuse me, if this person here doesn't be physical, they're going to gain weight because their challenge is being on their square. See? So they have to be physical and they have to be creative. And that's this here. So also they work well with people because they have a 2 here. So it's 2 business, and that's co. So then you have that. But if they're looking here, you're looking at the 8 and 1. This person has a 9 on the left. So they are very much into learning, knowledge, and they're high into art. This is art. This is feminine, highest number. So on the matrix, they look very, very smart and intelligent because they love to learn. But the Patrix will trick them up because now they can think that they know too much because they're supposed to focus on this. See, that is the key. Focus on what you came to do. You are traveling. This is your path. This right here is your gift. This is what you got. Meaning you got a suitcase and it was all packed up nice, what you need, and you cast out. So now when you get here, the Patrix is always trying to get you to work with this, your left. That would be the person's 9. Their tendencies. These are your tendencies, meaning that they know what you're going to do because this is what they play on, your tendencies. This is what all the advertisement is about, to get you to do what is on the left. And for a long time, they had me. They had me real good because I was working out here and I realized, well, wait a minute. I'm trying to get over here and I'm over here. And I know I have these gifts here and I use those gifts. I'm using one of the gifts right now because I'm an 11. And that's 11 is what? Well, 11 is a few things, but 11 is also, well, let me stay with this for you. I'll tell you what 11 is. Just remind me, okay? Now, so this person here have to do what? They want their own house because a house is also a box. So they need to learn how to speak. Because in this word, in the beginning was the word, initiate the word, meaning learn how to speak up so that you can build what you want. So as you speak, that's how you get anything. It's what you say. If you don't make a sound out your mouth, then you don't get nothing. A closed mouth, according to what the elders say, don't get fed, eh? So there's more and more than a pestle in this life. And what is going on is you have a path, and this ta, right, or this pantheon thought, meaning that you are the thought. You are the thought that went out. You're the wave. And this life path number is indicating what was thought, path, thought, before you came into the physical. So this person, before they came into the physical, this path and these numbers that they hide from you, the Patrix, but they know those numbers. That's why they have a birth certificate, because they want to know what are your tendencies, what are your gifts, and what did you come here for? So that's why when a child in the motherland was born, they didn't share all this information that these societies want to have this knowledge of when you get here, because they want to control the soul. This is all. So, because they want to conduct your energy. They're using your energy. Your soul is an energy. So because we're in this great cosmos, they're using your energy. And that's why when you go to work or a job, you feel drained because you're not doing your path work. You're not using this energy as the wave, and you are not realizing that you are the wave. You need to ride the wave because you're in the cosmos to experience and feel this, what you thought. That's what you thought. So that's why you will have the desire, no matter what happens, that I want to do this. You see, I just want the world to just play and love. That's my path. My path is 22. So it's a master number because it's a double number, but that's all about, well, mixing fun and pleasure, because it's co, which is company, you know, it's also about caring, you know, it's the two, togetherness. And there, see, so then, but I have a lot of tools, so I got a lot of caring in me. But this is my passion, like mix business and pleasure, because that's what the two is. Two is business, because it still adds to a 4. So I like to build. So I'm trying to build you up right now by staying on this show and saying, look, this is what you need to focus on, whether you're a child or a child, because we're all children. Stop with this adult business. Oh man, what you want to be an adult for? Who told you that? Who taught you to be an adult? Do you know what an adult is, let me show you. Let me show you what an adult is here. Real quick, like, because we got to go deep. This is what my son, this is why my son had this on today on his birthday, because he loved this thing. This is an adult. And you don't want to be an adult. Okay? See? Now, you see the word adult. But this is the word child. Now, the trick here in this Patrix, because this is reloaded, I'm going to show you something. Because you think it's something. Most people, right? When they're adult, they feel like, you know, yeah, I'm big now. I can do what I want to do. This is crap, eh? It's total crap. Adult means this. Hold on, let me switch that. Let me see. Okay, adult is this. That's all adult is vice. That's all it is. Ain't nothing else. So the Patrix says you're an adult. So now you're in the realm of you can go to jail. See? Because now you're going to go to, now you're in what they call adult prison. You're not in juvie. Because you know what? You do vice. And this is all that adult is. An adult is not being special. Because a dog, a cat, any other mammal can be an adult. So what is it about being a human adult? Means that you are able to do vice. Meaning that you can have sex because you've been considered an adult. You can drink, you can smoke, you can tell your parents, I don't care because I'm an adult. But here is the sun. And I never claimed I was no artist, okay? That's your father who art in heaven. And down here is your mother. She growing everything for you. Eat, she don't care whether you're bad, you're mannish, you're whatever, you know? You're stealing, you're whatever. She's still growing everything, just everything. She's just so wonderful, your mother. And here you are in what we would call the middle, or some people say, boom, Midgard, right? You is the child. You the child right here in between your two parents. And when they making joke about the child, why don't you just do this? All right? That's, you ain't nothing but energy. 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 And that's what you need to find. Your energy. Your inner child. They made you become an adult. That's the Patrix. You walk around like, I'm an adult. You better be the child and find your energy. And then once you do that, you're going to find the L. See, the L, the child, you know, are nothing but really your chi, your energy, but you are the L. The L, the electricity. You are the illuminated ones. That's why when they put you in school, they want to call you this, alumni. Because you went through their 3 stages and you got a so-called degree. It's all masonry. But they better stop playing with Mother Khai, because I'm talking to my children now. Because it's Nana Baruku. It's not Mother Khai, it's Nana Baruku coming through. There is no me. There really is no you. Find out who is coming through you. What's your energy? What did you come here for? I came to play. I mean, I want to feel. Yes, you think this is real. Your toes, your whatever. You do feel it, yes. But you're being touched because you came here as a child between your parents, and they're allowing you to be in the garden, mid-garden. You're in the garden. It's just like being in the playground. You went out there, you want to experience. You got bored because when you don't have the body, all you're doing is learning. You're in the cosmos, your energy. So you can just go according to what you know. And so you're in the playground and you never left home. This star or the sun is a stargate, and everything is happening in this cosmos. You're in the mind, the great mind. So it's all happening in your mind, the same way your cells are in your body, and they're you. You are in all. You're in all. And once again, all E is 3 letters because it's all there is. Is everything easy as 1, 2, 3? It's all in your mind. You never left. You're still between your parents, but you now thinking you're an adult, so you're screwing things up because it's too much vice out here. They gave you this right to be a human adult, so now you drink, you smoke, you have so much sex out of season. Sex is also supposed to be in seasons. I have 2 children born on the same day because I know my cycle and I would watch the moon. No, you can't do nothing right now. Nope, now it's not the time. So we have to do things according to the season because we're cosmic children. But you want to be an adult. Now, one last thing. One last friggin' thing. This is what you want to be more so than an adult. There you go. Boom. Same amount of letters, but that's what you want to be. Not an adult. Then you're doing something. See? And when you adapt, this is what you also need to do in order to get here. Real quick. You need to adapt. You need to adapt to the fact that you are energy, because this is what Dr. G and I was talking about. You are living in this day. You're living in the 7th day. So in order to get to the 7th day, you had to go through the 6th. Okay, it's obvious, right? Right. So 6, 6, sex. So in order to get to the 7th day, there had to be some sex, eh? Now you're tired, you're rested. Get your ass up now. Stop resting. It's the 7th day. You're still resting. We still got 8 and 9 to go through, okay? So get your ass up. You know, went through the 6th day, obviously, to get to the 7th. 7th is representing God. God rested. So now, okay, so you were sleeping God and goddess? It's time to wake your ass up. And so I'm doing my best because I'm playing with you, right? But you got to know your energy. And this is what? And 7, the number 7 represents what? Rest. It represents God. It represents acceptance. And it represents trust. So remember, trust. A T in the beginning, a T at the end. So as in the beginning, so shall it be in the end. If you trust me in the beginning, you need to trust me in the end too. Because if you give me money in the beginning, don't be talking about, well, what's going on now. When you trusted me in the beginning, trust me in the end. Because trust is just not the word honesty. Remember, trust, you see the word rust right there, R-U-S-T. If you don't do this trusting between each other every day and practice make perfect. If we don't trust each other every day, then it's going to rust. And remember what rust is, right? Corrosion. And that's why you see the society corroding away, because there's no trust. Because not everybody who's awake, you don't know you are the money. Because we don't trust each other. See, trust is trust. Trust also is a trust fund that the ancestors put here in the 7th day for us. But we have to first do what? Accept that we are the money and trust one another. So we need to put that nonsense to rest and then realize that we are God. That's it. But God is just all away from being good. See, so we're not good yet because we're not God, and we don't accept. So you even see people who have the number 7 in their energy, they have a situation where there's trust issues, and they won't accept certain things. Or they're being challenged because they accept certain things and other people will not accept certain things. For instance, Let's use Dr. G for an example, a perfect example. She had to accept her calling. She was in the church, but she had to accept her calling, and she's born on the freaking 17th. And she had the 8th, which is ancestors. So she had to accept her calling, and it's all ancestral and it's old. So that's enough. That's enough.
Mother Khai, before we go, and we are going to go, asked to remind you to tell the significance of the number 11. Let that be the last thing.
Oh, okay. Well, because they have more than 1 minute, this will be the last thing, okay? Yes. Well, since we're talking about me now, number 11. Boom. But there's 2 ways to have the 11. You can have 11 like 29. 2 and 9 equal 11. But the tricky thing here is that, you remember again, the 2 and the 2, the 2 and the 2. All right, so that's really, 100, 100, okay? So now that means, hey, I'm keeping it 100 with you. Just wanted to put that out there. But here, let me break this right there. Boom. What does that look like to you now? What does that look like? See, that's a door now. So I'm not a great artist. I'll take off the little top here and make it better. Boom. There you go. How's that? That looks like a door now. So 11 is those people that have 11. They're the old soul that has been coming in and out several times. They've been here. They have a lot of karma because they've been in and out, in and out, in and out. But you have to be qualified to come on this day. And you make an agreement with the cosmos that you will do what you came to do, which is teach, because you've been here so many times, in and out, in and out. You kind of like, you know, but you don't know how you know, but you know. So now, when you see the Patrix, they have the election in November. And like they have, let's say November 3rd, this time, right? Is because they make it in November because, now this is real tricky, man. This is real Mason stuff. All right. Whew, you're making me work and break this down. All right. And normally you all wouldn't get this. So let me just put this out too as a disclaimer. I don't really like talking, but because of the energy that I am, and I had an agreement because I'm 11, I have to do this. They pushed me. So now, anyway, so the reason why they have election in 11 is because this is not also the one, meaning the sun, the 2 gods. Because that still equals 2, but right now this is 1 and 1 the sun. This is 2 gods. They try to say that they're bright, they're the illuminated ones, they're the teachers, because that's 11. So that's why they have it in this month. But not only that, it's tricky, because when you look at November, it's really Novum 9. See? And that's feminine. And that's the highest number. And they do things on the 3, 6, and 9, as in the election that I showed you before. You had on the 3rd, and this is Novum, which is 9, but they act like it's 11. It's Patrix, it's tricky stuff. And it's also because they plan on stealing souls, because 11 is chaos. Remember, this is like a doorway. So you got souls coming in and out. That's birth, life and death. So that's why they have your birth certificate, because they need to know who's coming in, who's going out. 11, in and out, souls going out. So that's why they do things on the 11, because this means that this is the master teacher. And that's what they want to be. And they also want to steal souls. So this is the reason what that 11 is. So 11 is chaos. So that's what you see them causing. When they have supposedly an election, even though it's a selection, they're causing chaos. So it's always looking like this one is right, this one is wrong. Choose this one, don't choose that one. Vote for this one, don't vote for that one. It's just the chaos that they cause it. And meanwhile, it's a stage. Life is a stage. It's all what I say, it's fake. They're playing around with you because you don't know the science, and you thinking that I need to vote for this one. Nope, this one right, this one wrong. Look, there is no fair in this life. You have to learn how to play the game. There's no fair because there's no right and there's no wrong, and they know that. So when they're using this 11, what they do is this. They're using this teacher. This is the principal. They will, let's say, they'll kill 11 people. They're going to give another 11 people welfare. So what they did was fair. They balanced it, equilibrium. So they didn't do nothing. They killed 11. They gave 11 welfare. So while they shoot you up, they turn around and say, here's some money. So now it looks like they're fair. They're helping the poor. So this is the whole thing about one being split, the two ones being split. And it's like a decision too. So it's one over here and one over there. So it's divided. So that's what they do. And they divide and conquer the people. So that's a little bit about 11. But when it comes down to you having it in your chart, if you have it and you born something like this, if you're born like this, 8/29, it's also, right, this 11, and you have this again like the 8, but you have this 11. That means you also like children. Why? Because children are the souls coming in and out. What you think is coming in and out of here? It's children. So this is why even today is a very powerful day. Let me just show you this this thing could be gone, boy. Okay, so today, 7/20/2021. You got 5 here, you got 2 here, and you got 7. So now you got 7 and 7, which is 14/5. So today is a very karmic day. This day right here is about independence. This is July 4th. 7/7. Okay? Excuse me. 7/4/11. See? But this is why they do this. Because, see, it's about stealing souls. Independence. They don't want you to be independent. They want you to be dependent. This was about them being Freemason. Free. They're free. They're free souls. And they on their square.
Mother,
yes.
We're going to save your energy and mine.
Look here. Come on.
Yeah.
Look here.
I know.
We can do some Wing Chun, some Qi Kong right now. I'm full of energy.
I'm not.
And look here.
My eyes are so heavy that I will.
We did it. It's done. It's done. It's like we did nothing.
No, we have. It's been absolutely awesome. I want to thank you, as usual.
Don't thank me.
Well, I want to honor you for being on the broadcast, and especially at such a short notice. I want to thank all of those in the chat for their endurance and perseverance and getting into the information. And I know many of you wanted, you were putting out your dates, but it's very difficult. But I have put Mother Khai's information up, and you can reach out to her, and you can get a reading. So let's make sure you look at her, contact her. We've been running her number and her email and all of that. I'm trying to go through and find it again, but please do reach out, and you can actually get a full reading. See, she appreciates all of you, and so do I.
1, 2, 3. I appreciate you because we do things on the 3. I appreciate you. I just put it on the all because we build it for the 4.
Yes. Thank you so much, though. Thank you for, again, being on the show. Thank each and every one of you. And we going to take it on in because...
Can we put on the jam? Let's put on the jam. Leave it out.
I get up early, and I go and work out. I get up at 6 in the morning. So,
that's right. And the power, just for those who know, the hour of power is between like 3:15 and a minute to 4. So that's the hour of power. So get your rest. Try to rest by at least go down at 9 if you can. 9 is complete, right? And then you get yourself back up at 3, and you be right up when the vortex is open. And if you need to lie back down after that, you get yourself up at 6. You just make sure that you're up by 3:30, the 3:15, after lying down at 9, and then you jump right in and you wake up at 6 and start to take care of yourself.
I'm going to wake up at 6 because my clock is going to alarm.
And look,
All right. You got a lot of energy. I hope you can rest.
look. They do some African dancing now.
All right.
Y'all, listen.
Look here, have fun, have fun, have fun. What I could say, be energy.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Stop saying thank you. Stop saying thank you.
Okay.
There
Great.
is no me.
Gratitude.
Yes, I have gratitude for you too. I have love for you. I have gratitude. And anyway, you are me. So that's, I see all this beauty. I love all this beauty you got. Because I got it. Because you got it. It's beautiful. The Bantu nuts is kicking. I like those. I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna be you. I'm gonna play you tomorrow.
Okay.
I'll be who you want to be. I'm gonna be Dr. G tomorrow. All right.
Help you all the help I can get. So thank you. I'm going out with the theme song. How about that, Dr. G? We're gonna go out with that.
Yes.
We're gonna go out with that.
Yes. That's funky too,
That's right.
That's me, Dr. G. That's right. Dr. G.
Still got you. Really? Who's she? Yeah, that's me. Dr. G. 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 Really? Who's she? Yeah, that's me.